Sino yung nagsisimula pa lang, as in kaka-start pa lang mag-work for a few months on web development? Sino yung batikan na? Wala. Patay tayo dyan. So, I'll be talking about this. If you want a copy of the slides, you can get it from here. Bit.ly Webperf for Beginners PH. So, eh, sayo na lang ako. Kabaka ako. Yeah, okay na. So, I'll just tell a story for now as a start. It's a sort of, gusto mo bang samahan mo ako ngayon papunta sa mall? And ikaw naman, dahil crush mo siya, di nagta-type ka pa, type, ganyan. Pwede mong sabihin, sure ba? Sure, sige, tara. Pero, dahil crush mo siya, di type ka ulit. Hindi, para sa'yo. May mga pa-cheesy lines ka na, no? Kala mo, tatalab. Pero ayaw. So, nag-type ka ulit. So, gawin ko lang yung assignment ko kasi naalala mo. Saka kita sasamahan. Pero parang sabihin mo, baka hindi na kami lumabas. So, gumawa ka ng nobela. No? Diba? Lalabas lang kayo, gumawa ka na ng nobela. Sige, para sa'yo. Ganun. Tapos, after nun, ang reply niya, nakalis na ako next time na lang. 1 minute yun. Sabihin natin 1 minute lang. Sabihin natin 30 seconds, ang bilis mo mag-isip at mag-retype, no? Pero nakaalis na siya. Kasi naghintay siya ng 30 seconds. Grabe naman, 30 seconds lang, nakaalis na siya, nakapag-decide na siya, hindi na ako samahan. Pero, lungkot tayo, no? So, let's analyze lang ito. Ang tanong niya kasi is kung gusto mo bang sumama sa mall? Ano dapat yung sagot? Diba yes or no lang? Dapat mabilis. Yes or no? Kasi yung missed opportunity. Now, let's do the reverse. Kunwari, ikaw naman yung nag-send. Ikaw nag-send na gusto mo ba ako samahan sa mall? Doon sa 30 seconds na yun, ano yung makikita mo as the one na ikaw yung nag-send? Yung siya na yung nagta-type ng reply. Ano yung makikita mo? Diba makikita mo ganyan? May crush sa'yo is typing. Diba? Tapos 30 seconds ka nakikita mo lang dot. Diba? So, naghihintay ka lang doon for 30 seconds or more. And syempre, at that time, may ibang nagsabi, uy, mall tayo. Sige, alis na ako. So, kaya ang reply mo, tinja. Ay, go. So, analyze ulit. Diba, ang sabi mo nga is, tara mall tayo. Siyempre, ina-expect mo na sagot ay yes or no lang. Instead yung mahabang nobela, di ba? So, ganyan din sa web development. So, sa pag-web develop mo ng mga bagay-bagay, ang kailangan ng users is yung gusto lang nilang makuha. Pero tayo, dagdag tayo ng dagdag na, lagyan natin to ng ganitong palamuti, ganitong animation, ganitong framework para mas mapabilis yung trabaho natin, at kung ano-ano. And yet, ang kailangan lang nila, makita nila yung crush nila. Kasi yun yung pala pang dating app pala yung ginagawa niyo. So, ang nangyayari tuloy is, hindi nagsasalubong yung kailangan ng user sa binibigay nyo. So, nagkakaroon ng traffic and bumabagal yung proseso. Kung tingnan nyo dito, isang example, time to interactive na isang phone, lumabas na yung content pero wala silang magawa. Pindot ka ng pindot. Nangyari na ba yan sa inyo? Pagka nag-check kayo ng news site or isang website, tapos lumabas yung information, pero pag pinindot nyo, wala nangyayari. Anong ginagawa nyo minsan? Close nyo na yung browser o ililipat kayo sa ibang website, di ba? So, ganun din. para din siyang text, yung text na example kanina, na ang sabi, kailangan mo itong website na to, tapos ang tagal ibigay, so lilipat ka na lang sa iba. Balimbing pala, no? So, it's an old data. As you can see, it's still 2015. But you can see the trend of websites from 2011 to 2015 that it's getting bigger. And as you can see, yung red, it's images. The light blue is JavaScript. And everything else is style sheets and HTML. So, makikita niyo dito, ano ba ang kailangan lang talaga? It's the ability for this one, the ability to find yung hotel agad. And this one, the ability to buy certain items. But, instead of the ability to do those, ang tagal ng interaction. Niloload pa yung buong page. Eh, ang kailangan mo lang naman is ito. So, ang idea dito is we only give what is needed by the user as fast as we can. And we have to keep in mind to keep our websites small on first load. So, going back dito, ang first load niya is to answer that question. And ang kailangan lang talaga is yung sagot. And then from there, pwedeng magtanong ulit siya, which is the next interaction, and tsaka maibigay yung sagot ulit. Hindi yung buong bagay na pwedeng hindi pa niya kailangan. So, tsaka kayo yan. So, how do we maintain a fast website? So, before, yan ang kailangan na natin noon. Mayroon ka mag-PHP, may MySQL ka lang, lagay mo sa hosting, wala, may website ka na. But, kailangan natin ng konting interaction na sa website, so kailangan natin ng design using Bootstrap, with Sass, and then jQuery. Ngayon, kailangan natin ito. Diba? Kailangan mo ay iba't ibang frameworks, iba't ibang testing mechanism, iba't ibang packaging systems, back-end code, database, and yung hosting. And, nakakainis. Kasi ang dami natin kailangan alamin. So, doon pa lang masakit na yung ulo natin. But, going back, it's only the ability to structure your project o yung website, ability to package it in such a way na mabilis siyang isend dun sa user, and nagra-run siya sa user. So, ito lang talaga yung pinaka-essential to know when it comes to web development. At may tumatawag. Hello? May tumatawag. Sorry. May tumawag. Kinlose ko na. Sorry. Mamaya. Oo, tumawag eh. So some basic foundations to know when it comes to web development na may web performance in mind. So HTML5, again, going back, ito, okay na yan. Alam na natin kung anong structure. But, we also know yung benefits of using proper HTML tags na pwedeng maibigay nun, which is, hindi lang tayo div and span. Oh, may tumatawag ulit. Okay, kill daw. Sorry. Mamaya na. So, div and span, okay. But, it doesn't give you much. Madalas kapag may framework ka na ginagamit, ito yung ginagamit lang. Div, span, div. Pangit yung ganon kasi meron tayong ability to use H1 to say that this is a header tag. You have your paragraph, EM, strong, link, article, section, header, footer, and main. That allows you to say that this is a website. Teka, wait lang. May sasabihin ko lang. Next slide, please. So this is another tag na I know some of us hasn't experienced it. Sinong naka-experience na nito? Picture tag? Oh yes, wow, salamat naman. So picture tag allows you to load a particular image depending on, let's say, the size of your screen without using CSS. So yan yung isang example. Next. And then you have a button which is allows you to properly use yung interaction na kapag button ito yung pipindutin mo. It's different from an anchor tag na mukhang button kasi ang anchor allows you to go to a different page. Pag button, it allows you to do a particular interaction that is powered by JavaScript. So you have to know the difference there. Then of course, yung forms, ang dami nang nakakalimot yung power ng forms to do the same thing when it comes to form validation. Na dapat email to, dapat text ito, number ito, date, and so on and so forth. So next. So we have CSS na, you have those usual layouts na hindi lang tayo float left. You have already yung flex if you have a one dimension na layout and you have grid for 2 dimensions. Next, you have this as a way to make sure that your content is responsive. And the next, and itong HTML tag na ito, to make sure that your page, yung media tags nyo or yung @media sa CSS nyo would work. Because it makes sure that yung width no website nyo is dependent on the width of the screen. So, JavaScript, on the other hand, is you have it on ES6, which allows you to make your code a little bit smaller and elegant. So next, back tayo ng konti. So you have your functions. There are 3 ways to use code your functions. You have using your ES6 type na function. You have the usual function here. Magkaiba sila when it comes to scoping. So you have to know kung paano yung gagamitin. And this one is the shorthand version of the function. And then you have your loops. Okay, go. And then the ability to manipulate the DOM using JavaScript. So, yan yung essentials natin. Hindi na kailangan ng jQuery because you have your query selector and so on and so forth. Go on. Next. Now, when it comes to JavaScript though, you have your way of loading yung JavaScript. Hindi lang siya parang pag niload mo yung JavaScript, it works. What it means is, when you request a JavaScript, it tries to load it, and then it parses it first, compiles, and then execute. That has time. So go on. The thing is, for 170 kilobytes of JavaScript, it's different from 170 kilobytes of an image. An image, kapag niload mo yan, it takes around 0.064 seconds plus 0.28, so that means about 0.1 second to render. Ang JavaScript, for it to execute, it takes 3.5 seconds. So yung size lang na yun, na kasing laki lang with an image, it becomes different. So next. So the median web page natin ngayon is around 350 kilobytes. It's big. It's 2 times of that na pinakita ko sa inyo na 3.5 seconds. But for 350 kilobytes na ngayon, it's 15 seconds na. So even yung 2 times size na JavaScript, it's around 5 times yung loading time. Sige, go on. So, next. So, yan. Mapapahintay ka. Can I use na yung slides? Okay. So, the thing with web performance kasi is that ito yung nangyayari when it is being loaded in the browser. You have your request page and kukunin lang muna niya talaga yung HTML. And everything else, once it processes that HTML, tsaka lang niya i-execute yung JavaScript if it's loaded along with the HTML or ilo-load niya ibang assets. So if we have this, like yung CSS, again, the thing is, kailangan makita ng user agad yung content. But if this happens, even on your head or on your body, kukunin niya muna yung CSS para magawa niya yung CSOM. Yung CSS object model. And then, tsaka niya i-render yung page. So, itong part na to, hindi na niya nagawa agad. Kasi this one blocks it. So, and if you have JavaScript, it makes it longer. So, parang, ang inihintay niya talaga is yung yes or no mo na sagot, pero kailangan mo pang i-load yung CSS na file and then yung JavaScript na file, i-execute yon and i-render bago niya gawin yung page. So, tumagal. So, going back, we only give what is needed by the user as fast as we can. And you have your above the field and below the field na website. So, for you to see yung above the field, para mabilis yung pag-load, you have to put yung styles mo as part of your HTML, especially sa head, so that yung building of CSOM is part of that pipeline. And then, i-render na niya agad yung page. Once done, tsaka mo lang ilo-load via JavaScript yung style sheet for the below the page, and you run yung JS to re-render. At least nakita na agad yung user, at least meron na siyang nakikita at nababasa to interact. Then you put your essential JavaScript files later on, and if JavaScript is off, tsaka nyo lang ilagay yung default na link-rel style sheet. Now, how about images? Because they take up large space, and even if, let's say, 170 kilobytes is 0.01 to render, loading it over the line is a bit problematic. So, you have 5 image formats here, wala lang yung SVG. But, thing here, I've made this as a way to have you or help you decide anong image yung gagamitin. And like, kunyari, if it's animated and it's long animation, just load the video. It's fine because there's streaming already. But if it's not a long animation and in essence, less than 256 colors, you can use GIF. Now if it's not animated and it's transparent, kung wala siyang maraming colors, just use SVG because it's just text and it's smaller to load, and you can also optimize it. But if it has a lot of colors, either you use PNG24 or PNG8. Depende sa dami ng colors. If it's high resolution pero hindi naman kailangan ng hindi siya transparent, but it's not high resolution, gumamit na lang kayo ng JPEG. It's easier or smaller in terms. So, and many more. So, what tools can we use to check if our site is fast? Now, we can use itong performance budget that allows you to check, or at the start of any project, sabihin nyo na ganito lang dapat kalaki ang website nyo. And then you can estimate kung gaano katagal yung website na i-load if you're going to use this. Now, after setting yung performance budgets nyo, you can use Lighthouse to test your website and see if it's working well every time you develop it. Now, web page test allows you to test it on remote servers, like nangyari, gusto nyo i-test, paano kung Hong Kong yung nag-access ng website nyo, ano yung kalalabasan niya, and you can also put it on your report. There's mobile-friendly test to check if your site is mobile-friendly, and Search Console to check if your site loads given a search, and it can show you kung ano yung performance niya, and so on and so forth. Now, you have also Lighthouse CI. If you are into continuous integration, you can put it as part of your integration integration workflow. So yeah, so it's just a really quick